You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop on the road of life. You can't stop. You can't stop moving. Keep move. Keep that pace. You switching to gear. Let's go as we climb up the hill. Don't slow down. Pedal a little more. The mind is working. It's in control. Your wheels are turning a little more. Going higher another notch. Keep it steady. Don't watch the clock go round.
Greetings, my visionary dreamers. How is everybody doing on Let's Talk Sunday? I'm doing quite well. This is Adionne. Listen up to Torelli in the future.
We are learning, always turning later. Cannot stop the time. Always merging into lanes that better suit us as we ride. Switch it up. Switching to gear, let's go. As we climb up the hill, don't slow down. Pedal a little more. The mind is working, it's in control. Your wheels are turning a little more. Going higher another notch. Keep it steady, don't watch the clock go round.
As I said, this is Adionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit. And you're listening to Chronicles of Living podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. Us extraordinary folks here, doing a damn thing the best way we can. And today's topic is, what will it take for you to be happy? What will it take for you to be happy? I mean, we all have those things in life that we just say time and time again. Well, if I hit the lottery, I'm going to be happy. If I get a man or a good woman, I'm going to be so happy. If I have a baby, I'm going to be happy. If I get this new car or I get a new house, then I'll be happy. Why is it that things outside of you is what you believe will make you happy? Let's talk about that. Because this topic, it came, was it today? It was today. It was. This topic came today. And maybe it came because, throughout my life, there have been moments that I might have said the same thing, when I get a little bit more stable, I'll be happy. Or, finding the right spouse. But then again, I don't quite recall me putting total emphasis on that making me happy. See, people that know me, well, to them, I'm always happy. I'm good at hiding when I'm going through things and not pretty much dumping my stuff on everybody else. For some reason, throughout my life, the more I go through, the more I seem to motivate and encourage people, just like with the show, I've been through a lot even throughout the show, but way before the show, not way before, but that year before the show started was really crazy for me. It was a lot of moving parts. And when I say moving parts, I mean physically, for real, moving all around, out of need and not out of want. But through those moves, even though it was kind of an inconvenience, I'll say it that way. It was an inconvenience. I still found a way to be happy, and I still found a way to make those around me happy, or at least give off energy that would cause them to be happy. Now, as I always say, we are not in control of other people's happiness. We are only in control of our happiness. And it is our responsibility to keep us happy individually. That is no one else's responsibility. So as I might say throughout different shows, if you're putting that responsibility on other people, that you say, oh, he doesn't make me happy, he doesn't keep me happy, or if he spends more time with me, I'll be happier. If he cleans the house, I'll be happy. If he takes me out more, I'll be happy. Same thing with guys. If she cooks more, I'll be happy. If she learn how to cook, I'll be happy. How about that? Some women out here that cannot cook. I've been hearing stories and I'm like, whoa, okay. But that aren't even willing to go take a cooking lesson. Not to say that it is the woman's job to cook. It is not. It is a partnership when you're in a relationship. Whatever relationship you're in, it's a partnership. It's supposed to be a team. And when it is a partnership and a team and it plays out in that order, no one's counting on each other to make each other happy because you're already happy. And what you're doing is you're sharing your happiness with each other. You're sharing the things that you as an individual can bring to the table with your spouse, with your loved one that you're in a relationship with. You're enhancing their life and they are enhancing yours. No one is feeling like, oh, I'm better than, or they're less than. You both, as you come together and learn each other and find out more information about each other, you should be developing a checklist as to, okay, this is her strength, this is his strength, but their strength might be your weakness. And this is the reason why maybe you were attracted to them, And if you play off of that and allow each other to bring the strengths to the table and then work together on the weaknesses as a team, not as a person that's being judgmental because, or being a person that, tries to just take over, and instead of allowing the opposite, your spouse to learn how to get strong in that area that they're weak. If it's something that they need to get strong in, like for instance, cooking. Okay. So if, you are a woman and you are a great cook and you would love your spouse, your man, or in some cases, your other woman or your other man, to learn how to cook. So that sometimes when you come home from work, you would like a meal ready for you. It's not always, oh, you work and you cook and you clean and you take care of the kids, but they go to work and they just come home and they eat. That's a little lopsided right there, okay? Now, in other words, if one is carrying more of the weight and working a little bit harder, working more hours, then I can kind of see you balancing out that, okay, because you work more hours than me, I'm going to make sure that we have something to eat when you come home. That makes sense. That's an equal thing right there. That's a team. That's a partnership. But then on the flip side, that same person that works more can maybe on the weekends do the cooking, just to show their appreciation for, their spouse, for always cooking and giving them a break. These are the things that we can do as a team to take that responsibility of you saying to the other teammate, you need to do more of this to make me happy, coming off in a way that make the person not want to do it. These are the things that we have to work on. And again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I need you to understand that this show is not just for you, it's for me too. So when I'm speaking to myself as well. I'm reminding myself of the things that I've learned through my experience in life, or maybe through watching someone else's experience and looking at it from the outside and saying like, wow, I think that's unfair. If I was in this situation, I believe that it'd be a great team if this would happen. And again, these are only my suggestions, opinions, you don't have to take it. But I talk to you for you to have another angle to see the glass full from. That's why I do the show. It's more so about allowing you to see things from a different angle. Because a lot of times we're so caught up in our stuff that we can't see clearly. And so we get to pointing the finger at everybody else or everything else as to the cause of our unhappiness. We work hard and we say, oh, I'm going to get a new car next year, and, I'm going to be so happy when I get my new car, and you have your little pictures, and you constantly going on the website, looking at this car, and then you finally get the car. And then you realize that this car is eating up all my money. And now I don't have that much money to go out and get my hair did. I don't have the money to go out and have fun with my girls, So now, instead of you being happy about the car becomes this obligation. And you're not enjoying the car as much as you thought you would, because you placed your happiness on this car. Same goes with a house, Same goes even with kids, A lot of times, especially young people get hooked up in a relationship, or even older people. You get hooked up in this relationship, or even sometimes get married, and you think that having a kid is what's going to bring happiness to the relationship, especially if it's a relationship that's kind of falling apart. You think that if you have a kid, that's going to keep the bond, that's going to deepen the bond. But yet, you never got to the deep-rooted issues as to why the relationship is falling apart. So how can you think that having a kid and bringing a kid into a relationship that's not even tight-knit is going to make you happy? It's going to make y'all happy. That doesn't make any sense. But this is the way we're wired. For some reason, a lot of us are wired in this way. Now, me, sorry. Once I had my one kid, I was like, I don't need no more kids by this dude. I really don't. Even though I'm in a marriage, I don't need no more kids because I don't know if I'm going to be here that much longer. I didn't go in a mind frame of, oh, if I have another kid, he's going to appreciate me more. We're going to spend more time. We're going to have more love. Nope. I was like, if I have another kid, I'm effing myself up. That was my mentality, and, I worked at the whole counseling thing, and he was just not in tune. I'll say it that way. So therefore, I felt like, okay, I gave it a chance. Even though I have all of this stuff, the houses, the cars, all of this nice stuff, live in a nice area, these are the things that everybody else around me was thinking like, oh my gosh, you're living a life. Y'all got a nice house. Y'all got a kid. Y'all making good money, Oh my gosh, I know. I wish I had a life like that. No, you don't. A lot of times we see things from the outside. We look at people from the outside. We look at what they have and how they dress and, just the career that they have, or maybe even the kids and how good the kids are and how well the family looks as a whole out in public. And we don't even realize that once they go back home and they close that door, all hell breaks loose. A lot of times people put on a front just so other people won't know their business. I'm telling y'all from my experience, I was putting on a front because I didn't want nobody in my business. So I know if I did it, there are other people doing it, But the difference is with me is that I allowed some time for the relationship to work. I was fair. I really was. But it didn't. So therefore, I had to make a sound decision to know that, okay, what is going to make me happy? What is going to make my child happy? Because my child is going to feel my energy. And if I'm miserable, if I'm unhappy, if I'm depressed, he's going to feel all of that. And you never know what that's going to do, especially when a child is young and they're still developing. A lot of times, kids, when they're young and they are around parents that's going through a lot of turmoil and that's not happy, it's not happy with themselves or not happy with their job or their relationship. Kids, when they're young, they can't even say nothing. They can't say, Mom, what's up? Come on, get it together. They can't say that to you. They still trying to figure out their words. But what they can do is they can feel. They can feel every bit of your energy. And then they take that energy on. And it starts to develop them and their perception as to what love is. And what happens is, as they get older, You wonder why some kids are not affectionate. Some kids seem a little detached, you know? Some kids don't want you to hug them. This is all because it started young. This is what we fail to realize as people. And then sometimes those same kids grow up into adults, and because they never received the love and the attention throughout their life that their heart desired, they don't know how to give it. They don't know how to be happy. They don't even know what happy is. Some people think happiness is that instant joy of receiving materialistic things or surprises or gifts or a lot of money. They think that is what happiness is. You know, somebody coming in and just giving you a gift from out of nowhere and you weren't expecting this. Yes, you're happy in that moment. But is that tangible thing enough to keep you happy within you throughout life? It's tangible. It's something that can be thrown away. We have to learn who we are in order to find our happiness. And you'll be surprised as to once you find your happiness, everybody around you will all of a sudden become happy. And you just have this happy life and this happy household, happy family, and you're not faking it anymore, you know? But somebody has to start changing the tone. If you're in a household where there's a lot of arguing, a lot of bickering, a lot of negativity and nagging, nitpicking, nothing's ever good enough, you know? Work on you first. Work on you first. Don't worry about the other person with that energy. Work on you. And energy attracts energy. So just like negative energy attracts negative energy, positive energy attracts positive energy. And even though sometimes you need both to jumpstart things, you know, like a battery in a car to get it started, the thing is this: when you learn who you are, and that person that's around you, that negative person that's around you, that's not happy, that's always miserable, whether it be a girlfriend, one of your boys, every time they come around, it's like they just dishing out, oh man, this happened, and oh, one of my coworkers, they was talking about me, or, my bills due, I don't have enough money, whatever, but they coming around you with all that negative energy, complaining, or even talking about somebody in a bad way. That's all negative energy, and you can be on cloud 9, and then they come along and just swipe it all away if you allow them to. See, I have gotten to the point in my life that when I see it coming and I see somebody that's miserable, that just got this nasty, negative energy on them, and trust me, right now, I'm so clear, I see it coming. I hear it coming. Just from a couple words, I got to stop you, because you will not put it on me, because I'm happy, and I'm going to stay that way. Yes, do I have things that come in my life that kind of push me back? Yes, I do. And you are allowed to have that moment to reflect on that thing and to, feel what you need to feel sad in that moment. But notice I said in that moment. I didn't say in that day, in that week, in that month, in that year, in that moment. A moment is a tiny space in time. Split second. Deal with it, you know? Why would you allow something to take your joy and your happiness that at that moment, if it's something that you really can't fix at that moment, to steal your joy, to steal your happiness? No. You need to look at it, analyze it, and if you can't handle it right at that moment, rather it be, I don't know, I guess the go-to is a bill, because that's the thing that makes, or a financial commitment. That's the thing that seems to make people unhappy. Financial commitments. But y'all know I gave y'all the whole speech on a couple of shows ago about looking at financial commitments as really a gift to someone else, because we all work in some type of way, whether it's a career, whether it's a job. So think about this. When you're working at a job, you have to get paid, okay? And you're working for a job, most jobs or careers, it is a service. So the payments have to be recycled. So your financial commitments, once you pay them, it is money being recycled to pay someone else so that they can pay their financial commitments. And then the person in the company that they pay their financial commitments to, those employees get paid. And it just goes on and on and on. Then you can start looking at it in a happy state and saying, you know what? I want to hurry up and get this financial commitment paid, because when I pay this, it's helping other families get paid. Other families be able to pay their financial commitments, you know? And just like the job that I'm working at and the service that they're providing, those people, when they pay their financial commitments, I'm getting paid. You see how that goes? And then you can change that attitude towards your financial commitments. You'll be sitting there working on, okay, it's here. Let me find the money to pay it, okay? Because when I bless this company, I'm going to be blessed. You know, it's a recycling game. The energy, money is energy. It's energy. Just like everything in life is made up of energy, you know, whether you believe it or not. If you dig deep into in the scientific world and matter, you will find that everything, including us, we're made of energy. And that's why like attracts like. Energy attracts energy. Most of your friends are pretty much carrying the same type of energy that you carry. Look at them. Look at them. You know? They're carrying the same type of energy. So if you have more than one negative friend, because I truly believe that we all can have a circle of friends, and you always have that one standout person where they're a little bit different from the group. And they might be attracted to your group because if you're a happy group, if you're a positive group, if you are an ambitious group, and they are not that type of person, but they keep coming and wanting to be around your group of friends, that means their spirit is calling out to change, calling out to be happy. And they see, their spirit see your group of friends' spirit, and they like, the spirit is like, oh my gosh, there's a happy bunch. Yo, you need to go get with them, because I'm tired of being miserable. I'm tired of being negative. I'm tired of being unhappy. If our spirits can just really flat out talk to us, that's probably what they would say. It's probably what our spirit would say to us, which it does. Our spirit talks to us every day. But you have to be tuned in, tapped on, turned up, as my girl Abraham Hicks would say. Y'all know nothing about her. But you really do. You have to be in tune as to hearing your intuition, your spirit, that gut feeling in you that's saying to you, yo, shake it off. You know, we need to be happy. This is not that serious. Just like my past show. Stop taking life so serious. We're here to be happy, to help one another, to love one another, to encourage one another. So when you're in a moment that you're unhappy, I challenge you to make a call, to do something. It might be out of your comfort zone, to go out and help somebody. You'd be surprised how those happy lights just start lighting up all up in your spirit. The joy I get out of helping someone else in need is undescribable. You know, there have been times when I haven't had the security. I wasn't in place with the security that I felt is security, but yet I still was helping somebody else in need. And when I say the security, maybe, you know, maybe my finances, or maybe, you know, where I was living or whatever, you know, I never looked at that. I always looked at the fact that, yo, I am healthy. I still feel young, look young, I'm vibrant, I have all these gifts, these talents to offer to the world. I can do things that some folk wish they can do. I have this blessing and this favor on my life for a reason. Why would I take one moment to just not appreciate that and allow unhappiness to seep into my spirit? You have to acknowledge you for you. You have to start unraveling you, unraveling your gifts. What is it that you naturally give out to people, to the world, that you just do? And when you do it, you just start smiling. Do more of that. Do more of that. You get these kids, you have a kid and you say you're going to be happy, but then soon as the kid starts acting out or gets a bad grade from school, or once they become teenagers, oh my God, you already know about that. They start sometimes becoming rebellious. Now you're unhappy with your kid. But you wanted that kid. Well, most of us did. Sometimes it's unplanned. Mine was unplanned, but nevertheless, I was so happy and I still am. And today is his birthday, and that is why I am pre-recording this show today. So just to remind y'all, this show is pre-recorded. It is now about 3:30 in the afternoon on Sunday. And I decided to pre-record it because my son, oh my gosh, just when I look at him, it brings joy to my heart. I don't rely on him to make me happy. But what I look at is, this is something that God blessed me to be able to do, to bring life into this world. Some people can't do that. And that's why I'm happy that I was blessed to be able to. And to those who can't bring life, I'm not going to even say can't, because when you have faith, anything is possible. But to those who haven't been able to bring life through them and want a kid, there are so many kids out here hurting. Take a chance on adoption. maybe that's your call in life. Maybe in this time space reality, you weren't meant to bring forth a kid through you, but God wants to give a kid to you. You ever think about that? Take a chance on a kid that wish they can have a parent, you know? You'd be surprised as to the joy it will bring your heart. It will bring the kid's heart, you know? So I'm gonna, cut this short, but I just really wanted to remind you guys that it doesn't matter what you do in life. You're working hard to get a degree. You're working hard just to do something new for you. When that something that you're working for does not pan out the way you expected, learn how to appreciate it as it shows up. Learn how to get what you need to get out of it. Learn how to ask God, why did this situation go haywire? Why is it that it didn't go as planned? And sit for a moment in it. Appreciate the fact that the thought of doing a thing, like perfect example, what I left the retreat center for, my mission, the original company that I was going to, work with, it just didn't pan out the way I expected. And I was a little down in the moment. I really was, because here again, I had uprooted and I moved and I was excited about this new opportunity. But I'll say the channel that I was going through didn't pan out. But nevertheless, because when that opportunity came my way, it filled my heart with so much joy and so much happiness. What I learned to do is this. I looked at it and I said, wow, this is what I'm supposed to do next. So regardless of me using a different channel to go through to do it, this is where God wants me at this chapter in my life. So therefore, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that I took a chance to move and believe in that channel, in that organization to go through, because that's who God used to move me. That's who God used to spark that fire within me and to allow me to acknowledge that this is where I belong. This next step, this next chapter in my life is mine. This is something that's going to fill my heart with joy, and it's going to fill many others' heart with joy that I'm assigned to. So therefore, I'm going through another channel. It's still going to get done. It's just being done in a different way. It didn't stop anything, but it's all because I decided that I was not going to let that steal my joy. When the opportunity came, I was happy. I felt good about it. I felt like this is it. This is where I need to move towards. This is what I need to move towards. So instead of getting all hung up and blaming the organization, blaming the person for not having things in order and not doing things as promised, I just looked at it as I'm grateful for that person, because they helped me to spark a fire that was already in me, that I had already been writing down in my journal. And it just was God used them to let me know it was time to start that thing that I have wrote down in my journal. That's all it is. We have to start looking at life in that way. Everything works according to plan. Understand that. Everybody that comes in your life for a reason. Sometimes a season and sometimes forever. But once we get to the point that we learn how to appreciate those people, those situations, those struggles, and those obstacles for their worth and what we can learn and we can get out of it, this is how we can keep our happiness individually and internally. This is how it will turn into a challenge and a game as to the next thing that maybe don't go according to plan. Turn it into a game. Let me figure out now, why didn't this thing work out according to plan? And solve the problem with happiness in your heart. And it will all work out according to God's plan. Not yours, but God's. And His is always better than yours. Understand that. So, I'm going to leave you guys now. And until Wednesday, I just love you guys. I love you guys with all my heart. And doing this show makes me happy. And one day, I will be able to have the opportunity to see many of you guys once I'm able to give a big event and invite y'all out. It will happen. I'm putting that out there in the universe. So continue to listen, continue to download, continue to share. Please like the podcast shows. I appreciate the downloads, but like them too, okay? Share them with people that you believe can, use the information. And that's it. So I love you all across the world that's listening. I appreciate you. You are a visionary dreamer. You are more than enough. You are extraordinary. And don't you ever let anyone tell you different. I love you guys. This is Adionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from drowning in some real bullshit. And this is Chronicles of Living, the podcast show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. As I said before, as extraordinary folks. I love you. Doing a damn thing the best way we can. I love you guys. Peace. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chronicles-of-livin-podcast. Until next time, this is Adionne, your dream pusher. I love you guys.